I, a 27-year-old woman, have been married to my husband, Mark, 30, for 5 years, and we share a 3-year-old daughter, Lily. Until recently, our home was a sanctuary of trust and mutual respect. Mark and I prioritize honesty and personal boundaries, always supporting each other. We were overjoyed when Mark's older brother, Ethan, 33, and his wife, Sarah, 32, relocated to our town with their 2-year-old son. The thought of Lily growing up alongside her cousin filled us with excitement. Mark and Ethan hadn't lived in the same city as adults, so their return seemed like a perfect opportunity to deepen family ties. I looked forward to bonding with Sarah, hoping we'd grow close. As for my in-laws, my relationship with them was generally cordial, though somewhat reserved. Mark's mother, Karen, was always polite, but I noticed she treated her sons differently. Ethan, her eldest, was clearly her favorite, seemingly incapable of wrongdoing in her eyes. Mark, however, was the dependable one, expected to go along with everything. Over time, I saw Karen excuse Ethan's behavior, like when he skipped helping at a family event, and she dismissed it as him being overwhelmed. If Mark ever challenged her, she'd call him stubborn. I stayed out of these dynamics, but the favoritism was obvious. Still, I believed having family nearby would outweigh these issues, especially for the kids. Ethan was always charismatic at family gatherings. Before he moved back, we only saw him and Sarah a few times a year during holidays. He was the fun brother, occasionally making crude remarks after a drink or two, but nothing too alarming. Mark would tell him to stop, and he'd usually comply. Until a few months ago, I had no real problems with Ethan. Things shifted when Ethan and Sarah settled in town. We started spending more time together, family dinners, weekend get-togethers, and helping them set up their new home. At first, it was wonderful. Sarah and I connected over parenting toddlers, and Mark loved having his brother nearby. But soon, Ethan's behavior started raising red flags. It began subtly. About 2 months ago, we hosted a welcome-back dinner for Ethan and Sarah. During the evening, I went upstairs to change after Lily spilled juice on my shirt. I didn't fully close the door, assuming only Mark or Lily might come in. As I was changing, I heard the door creak and saw Ethan standing there, staring at me. I gasped and covered myself. He quickly turned away, chuckling, claiming he was looking for the bathroom and had gotten lost. I was mortified. That night, I told Mark, who was furious and wanted to confront Ethan. I convinced him to let it slide, hoping it was a mistake. Mark reluctantly agreed, but told Ethan to knock in the future. Ethan just laughed it off. I tried to move past it, but the unease lingered. Unfortunately, it wasn't an isolated incident. A few weeks later, at Karen's house for a family lunch, I went upstairs to use the bathroom since the downstairs one was occupied. As I stepped out, I nearly bumped into Ethan, who was lingering in the hallway. It startled me, as everyone else was downstairs or outside. He grinned and said the bathroom was all mine now. It felt like he'd followed me up there. I didn't confront him, but the encounter left me uneasy. Why was he upstairs at all? Another time, Ethan stopped by our house unannounced in the late afternoon, saying he wanted to see Mark, who wasn't home yet. I was alone with Lily. Not wanting to be rude, I let him in to wait. We were chatting in the living room when I stepped into the kitchen, near the hallway to our bedrooms, to grab Lily a snack. Moments later, I noticed Ethan wasn't in the living room. I looked out and saw him coming from the bedroom hallway. When I asked what he was doing, he casually waved his phone, saying he was looking for the bathroom and got turned around. The bathroom is clearly visible from the living room. He had no reason to wander. I firmly told him the bathroom was the other way and to stop snooping. He gave a half smile and apologized. I was on edge until Mark got home. When I told Mark, he was livid, kicked Ethan out, and told him to respect our home. Ethan claimed it was a mistake, but Mark wasn't having it. After that, Mark called Ethan and warned him his behavior was unacceptable. Ethan got defensive, saying I was overreacting and our house layout confused him. Mark didn't buy it and told him to stop. But Ethan didn't stop. His actions escalated, and I became hypervigilant in my own home, locking doors, keeping a robe nearby, and never leaving him alone in the house. We stopped inviting him over, but family events meant we still saw him occasionally. He'd show up with weak excuses, like returning a tool he borrowed from Mark. The final straw came during a big family barbecue at our house. I was cautious about having Ethan there, but couldn't exclude him without causing drama. A week earlier, I'd set up an old baby monitor camera in our bedroom, linked to my phone. It felt drastic, but I was that paranoid. Mark supported it. If Ethan did nothing, I'd delete the footage. If he did, we'd have proof. During the barbecue, while most guests were outside, I went to my bedroom to change a shirt splattered with sauce. I locked the door. Checking my phone, I saw Ethan on the camera creeping up the stairs. He tried the door handle, thankfully locked, then pressed his ear to the door, lingered, and slipped back downstairs. His boldness during a family event infuriated me. I saved the video and decided enough was enough. I went downstairs, gathered close family in the living room, Mark, Ethan, Sarah, Karen, and a few aunts, uncles, and cousins, and said I had something disturbing to show. I played the video showing Ethan sneaking to my door. I explained it was from moments ago. The room went silent. One cousin gasped. Karen demanded an explanation. I said it was exactly what it looked like, Ethan trying to spy on me changing. Chaos erupted. Ethan stammered, claiming it was a misunderstanding, but no one believed him. Sarah went pale, grabbed their son, and left without a word to Ethan. Karen defended him, yelling at me for humiliating him and ruining the gathering. I shot back that I'd tried handling it privately, and it didn't work, so I had to expose him. Mark's uncle said Ethan's actions were disgusting, and I was right to call him out. The family split, some appalled at Ethan, others angry at me for making a scene. Ethan slipped out during the uproar. The party ended abruptly. That night, Mark banned Ethan from our home and from contacting me. The fallout was intense. Karen and some relatives bombarded us with calls, berating me for my approach. Karen accused me of destroying the family and craving drama. A cousin said Ethan was wrong, but I went too far by showing everyone. I was stunned anyone blamed me, but the criticism stung. I don't think I was wrong. Private warnings failed, and Ethan forced my hand. Still, I wondered if a private confrontation with the video would have been better. Did I overreact by exposing him publicly, ruining the event and his marriage? His humiliation feels like his own doing, but the backlash has me second-guessing. First update a week later, significant developments unfolded. Sarah contacted me, apologetic. She confronted Ethan the night of the barbecue and kicked him out when he kept lying. The next day, she found disturbing content on his old tablet, secretly recorded photos and videos of women, from strangers in public to private settings. Ethan's behavior toward me was part of a larger, chilling pattern. Sarah called me immediately, and we went to the police together. I provided my video, and she turned over the tablet. She's filed for divorce and sole custody of their son. Mark and I fully support her. We've been through police interviews and lawyer meetings. Sarah secured a temporary restraining order against Ethan. The family rumor mill exploded. Karen was furious we involved the police, accusing me of betraying the family and ruining Ethan's life. Mark made her leave our house after she showed up yelling. We've cut contact with her. Some relatives quietly apologized to me and Sarah, disgusted by Ethan. Others, led by Karen, still blame us. Discovering Ethan's broader actions validated my decision, though it's been horrifying. I'll update as the legal case progresses. Second update a month later, more shocking revelations surfaced. The police investigation revealed Ethan had been secretly recording women for years. They identified at least 4 other victims from his files, besides me, including a family friend recorded at a pool party at Karen's house and a former neighbor. He also had creepy public videos of strangers. He faces multiple charges like unlawful surveillance. A family secret emerged. Mark's uncle, Tom, revealed that when Ethan was 16, he was caught spying on a 14-year-old neighbor. Karen and Mark's father covered it up, convincing the girl's parents not to press charges, promising therapy for Ethan. Tom regretted staying silent. Mark and I confronted Karen, who admitted it but defended her actions, saying Ethan was just a kid. Mark told her she enabled a predator and cut her off. Most relatives now condemn Ethan and Karen, though a few still think we betrayed the family. We're focused on supporting victims and protecting our families. Ethan's charges are mounting, and Sarah's divorce and custody case looks strong. Final update: Ethan has been charged with unlawful surveillance, voyeurism, and invasion of privacy. He was arrested a month ago, and the case hit local news. He's out on bail but lost his job and is shunned by most of the family. Sarah has temporary sole custody and a restraining order. She's doing well, supported by her family and us. Lily and her cousin have playdates, unaware of the chaos. We've cut off Karen, who refuses to take responsibility. Our home feels safe again. Mark and I are stronger, proud of standing up to Ethan. I have no regrets about exposing him. The evidence shows his actions were a dangerous pattern. Thanks to those who supported my choice. I'm closing this chapter now.